Hi, welcome back to the Spirit's Path. This is Dee, and today's tarot card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck is Life Lessons card of the Great Bear. And thinking about this card today and what's transpired over here the last 4 or 5 days, it's, you've made this decision internally and, to go ahead and just open up spiritually with what's going on with your journey. And, the wheel's still down here. That's a life lessons card. So you've taken charge, okay, of your destiny, of where you want to go, of what you want to be, of, where you want your spiritual journey to go. And as a result of that, you are now in an area of great creative energy that goes around your spiritual energy, okay? Because the Queen of Bows, both of these cards together, the Queen of Bows is looking toward the past. Really, it's looking this way, right? But, with the Queen of Bows looking to the past, all right, the Great Bear is looking right at you. And, it's got the aura borealis behind it. And, to me, I see that as the flames coming from the Queen. And she's nurturing that creativity. Let's just say she's nurturing that creative spiritual rebirth that you're about to go through. Okay. And, here you have to go through that passage grave, which is being protected by the Great Bear. But, just like that, the Guardian card where it's facing your fears, he's looking at you and saying, you know what? Go ahead and pass through this. You're not going to have that same hard time as you did, with the Guardian facing those fears, because, there's some teeth going on behind, in front of that and stuff. But, he's pretty much a protector of that grave. And, he's looking at it and saying, anybody that enters this grave, alive or dead, it's going to be reborn spiritually. And, he's really a shaman that's guardian, a shaman guardian that's guiding you, on this path. Again, in the Big Dipper's, underneath it, and it's the doorway to the other world. So, even though you're on this, I feel like you're going up again on your spiritual journey. You've got control of how fast and how slow you want to go. Okay, the card that just dropped off was the King of Bows, the Adder. All right, and you took charge. Ever since that card came up, you've taken charge of your attitude. You've taken charge of how you want to move forward. Where you want to go on your spiritual journey. And, the Great Bear is there calling you, to move forward, to continue going forward. He's one of the guardians of the Wildwood Forest, and the Stag is here too. So, both of these cards are protecting you. 3 life lessons cards down here, with the wheel as well. And, for this guy, the Great Bear, he just holds the power and death, for those who break the rules of the forest. Where here it's reaping and sowing, with the Stag. With the Great Bear, it's, if you don't want to follow the rules, you're not going to get through them. But, you're following the rules on your spiritual path. And, the one thing that, that's true with all the life lessons cards is change is inevitable. How you survive that change is up to you, right? And that's, based on, the history that you have with the wheel card. Okay? There's still a lot of joy going on. 3 of Vessels is down here, as well as the 5 of Vessels, ecstasy. And you're feeling pretty good. Your journey's moving along at a pace where you're comfortable with it. And, you're looking at that assessment of yourself. Okay? And, you're just saying you're assessing everything that's been going on, especially, this month. And, here we're 13, 14 days in, and it's just a process, thinking back to what's happened in the past, forgiving those who, have hindered you, have put challenges and obstacles in front of you. But at the same time, while you're forgiving them, there's also an opportunity of looking at that as growth. Okay, and when you look at it as growth, you gain knowledge and wisdom and courage. And, the life lessons cards all promote that. And, the biggest thing is be honest with yourself. Honesty is the key, with the Great Bear. And if you can look him in the eyes, okay, and just say, you know what? I've made some mistakes in the past. I've learned some things as I'm moving forward. I'm ready to, continue this journey. And, I forgive those that I've harmed, and I forgive those that, who've hurt me. And, when you do that, and you're honest with yourself, and you're able to look in the mirror, you're able to look this Great Bear in the eye, you just know that the universe remembers all. And with that, the universe remembering all, it's going to help guide you on your path. You're opening yourself up to see your higher self. All right. You're opening yourself up to be who you truly are meant to be. And, there's been some growing pains along that line, and there's been some obstacles, but at the same time, every time you take that next step along that path, you grow, you get wisdom, you get knowledge, and, more confidence within yourself. So kudos to you. And continuing to grow and continuing on with your spiritual journey. So that's today's card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck, the Great Bear. Hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, and share it with others. And this is Dee for the Spirit's Path. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care, God bless, and stay safe, everybody.